Let me paint you a picture. It's 8:30 in the morning, you're already late. You stop at a coffee shop, grab your usual drink, tap your card, and right as that receipt prints, you hear that voice in your head. You know, if you didn't buy this, you'd be rich. You've heard it online, you've heard it from finance gurus. You've seen the screenshots of calculators adding up your $5 or $6 coffee and turning it into some scary number like $2,000 a year. And the message is always the same. This is why you're broke. But what if I told you that advice is not just oversimplified, it might actually be making your finances worse? Stay with me because this is one of those ideas that sounds smart on paper but completely falls apart in real life. Here's the thing. Yes, the math works. If you spend around $5 or $6 a day on coffee, that's roughly $1,500 to $2,000 a year. And sure, if you invested that every year for a few decades, you'd end up with a nice chunk of money. Cool. No argument there, but personal finance isn't lived inside a spreadsheet. It's lived inside a tired, stressed, emotional human brain. And that's where the cut every small joy strategy starts to backfire. Because when you constantly deny yourself small, affordable pleasures, something weird happens psychologically. Your brain starts keeping score. You start thinking things like, I've been so disciplined all week, I deserve this. I've been good for months, what's one big purchase? I never buy anything for myself, so this is fine. And suddenly, instead of a $6 coffee, you're justifying a $300 impulse buy, or a $900 weekend trip, or a new gadget you didn't plan for and didn't really need. This is what a lot of people don't realize. Financial burnout is expensive. When you try to run your life like a machine, no fun, no treats, no flexibility, you don't become a perfect saver. You become a ticking time bomb for dumb spending. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine two people. Person A buys a small coffee a few times a week. It's part of their routine. It makes their mornings better. It's predictable. It's controlled. Person B cuts out every small treat. No coffee, no snacks, no little rewards. They're in discipline mode all the time. 3 months later, person B is exhausted. And that's usually when the big emotional spending hits. A shopping spree, an expensive night out. I deserve this purchase that wipes out months of saving. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't destroy their finances with small, boring expenses. They destroy them with rare, emotional, poorly timed decisions. Think about it. What hurts more is spending $5 a few times a week on something you actually enjoy or locking yourself into a $600 car payment for 5 years. What does more damage? A daily coffee or paying for 6 streaming services you barely use? What's more dangerous? A small routine pleasure or random impulse purchases that hit when you're stressed, tired, or burned out? Exactly. The real wealth killers usually look like this: buying more car than you need, upgrading phones and gadgets way too often, subscriptions you forgot to cancel, eating out constantly because you're too exhausted to plan meals. Big impulse buys that feel justified in the moment. These don't feel as visible as a daily coffee. But over a year, over 10 years, over 30, and they absolutely destroy your financial future. And here's the ironic part. People who allow themselves small, planned, guilt-free treats are often better with money long-term. Why? Because they're not constantly fighting themselves. They're not building up resentment toward their own budget. They're not one bad week away from a financial meltdown. They've built a system they can actually stick to, and that's the real secret to building wealth: not perfection, not punishment, sustainability. If your financial plan makes you miserable, you won't follow it. And if you don't follow it, it doesn't matter how smart it looks on paper. So no, this isn't me saying spend whatever you want and don't worry about it. What I am saying is this: stop obsessing over the tiny stuff and start fixing the big leaks in your money. Keep the small thing that makes your day better. Fix the expensive habits that quietly drain your future. Drive a cheaper car, cancel subscriptions you don't use, stop upgrading tech every year, plan your meals, put friction between you and impulse spending. Do those things consistently and you'll save way more than you ever could by skipping a coffee. And you'll do it without hating your life in the process, because personal finance isn't about proving how disciplined you are. It's about building a life you don't feel the need to escape from with spending. So tomorrow morning, if that coffee genuinely makes your day better, get it. Then go home and cancel the stuff that's actually stealing your future. That's how you build real wealth. If this helped you rethink money a little bit, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.